Hello guys, and welcome to the last best of one of tonight. Coming up with Cactus Gaming Academy versus LP Academy Zyra. So, two Academy teams here, both batting it out for a position in the final, which will be played tomorrow. Both of these teams have won a game today, with LP with 2. They've had 2 pretty dominant performances. They've won their first game 13-3, and then the one before this 13-4. So maybe this one's 13-5, who knows. But CNT Academy winning their game against Oasis last match 13-7. So Pearl recently being added back into the map pool. Don't know how many days these teams have had time to prac on it, but of course has been in the map pool in the past, but not with the current changes it has. Both teams locking in their choices right now. I'm going to go ahead and mute this. Okay, well, I'm excited for this one because this is the first time where we've had a match where both teams have actually had a win going into it. The other ones have had some defaults before playing their match. This time, both these teams have actually played at least one match before playing. So, cool. So, classic having a Sentinel player in towards mid, either a Cypher or Killjoy, because Killjoy, of course, can put the alarm bot down in towards the door and give up having someone having to manually hold it, just because the alarm bot will give the indication off. But saying that, he's actually brought it back in towards the stairs, so I'm assuming he's going to play hidden away from sight and then wait for the foes to walk in towards his trips, and that should mean we have some aggressive play from defenders in towards mid in there. As we can see, there it is. So Clove's actually going to smoke top mid. They're actually going to opt to take this mid control. Fade Eye is going to come in towards the right long to see if anybody's in that area, but it doesn't actually tag anybody. They're hearing steps in towards mid right now. Dreamy in a good position. He's going to call there, but the flash and the dog, but only takes down one before falling. Padju takes him down before he can do any more damage. Feisty in towards Arc. Quick there in the rotation up towards help his teammate, which is the Clove, to try and stop them pushing in towards the door. Maybe get a flank early into that position, but no, he opts his way back in towards Arc. Now, all of the attacking side, which is Cactus Academy, are going to rush their way through the door and down in towards B site. Of course, the first person they're going to fight now is Danny Elix. Of course, last game we casted in the first match today, we saw he likes to take these fights, isn't too scared, and we see right now he pushes himself in towards the smoke. Plant is going to go down, the Razor Thorn's going to come down as well. Haven't actually popped yet, so he can move around without taking damage. Takes down Femboy before he has any chance to get in towards an after plant position. Padju in towards long is going to fight him to try and deny him that diffuse position. Here's get some damage in. Jet diffs him, and now it's all down towards Clove, who's trapped in towards the site. Does manage to get a right click down, but the concuss from the Astra, although shorter with the current update, is enough to deny him a second right click in towards his teammate, which gets the trade. So first round, in towards this match goes in towards Cactus Academy. And of course we've seen, I think there's some substitutes. I think we saw, never mind, that was a different, 2 Femboys in towards Cactus. Of course we had someone else called something Femboy in the main team, which got defeated earlier by this very team, which the Academy team are playing right now. So they'll be looking for some revenge. But it's just going to be a eco in towards LP Academy right now. No util being brought in towards Killjoy. Just going to be jump spotting there. Spots the arm out of the Vise, who is going to pull back there as well. Goes for the repeat. Spams the door. Does actually get some damage through the wall. Chips away at Killjoy just a little bit. In the flash in towards Arc to deny that push. Pulls his flash back. And now they're going in towards where the defenders are. But of course, they don't really have too much in their arsenal to work with. Just classics and one sheriff in towards Danny Elix. And Yoru now going to be pushing his way up towards the smoke. Decides to just, no, they've re-smoked it. I'm going to come back. So Phoenix regrouping with, never mind, sorry. He's going to push his way on towards A and just keep that position for information. Didn't opt for the rotate, almost did. Of course, the bullets now coming in. There's the sprint from the Phoenix rushing his way over. So do have Feisty in towards back sight. is hearing a lot of steps. Will be calling out to his teammates. We can see right now they're rotating themselves over. I think they might be waiting for this mid control to come through before they hit B, because of course it's a very important position to have when going for this take. But nevertheless, first blood's going to be spilled. Ice Luna's going to take down Feisty. Zyra though with his Sheriff, and Danny Alex doing just the same. Taking down Padu as well. Makes it a 2 versus 2, and out of all odds, it's all down towards Vise. Of course, has the weapon advantage, takes down one, but the quick flick to the right denies a very scary round going in towards the way of their opponents. And for a second there, I thought they had it. Very well played there. The crossfire, but of course, the classics was just not enough to punch through the armor of Lemon Rex, which allows him to save the day there with that Phantom Pie. So, 2 rounds. Although it's a scary one, they take the lead 2-0. Stinger's being bought now. Of course, since this round is technically a bonus, they're not going to invest too much money into this round, rather. But still, Stinger buy, they'll be looking for that art control, perhaps in towards middle. Of course, look at Euro, flash his way through. No fear, has another flash to use if he wants to. There's the pre-fire there from Feisty. He's going to push his way back up in towards the stairs of art. In comes the pull to see if anybody's in towards the smoke. Doesn't actually manage to get a grab. There's the flash through as well. Stinger's trying to be used effectively. Not going to happen as the 2 Vandals there to shut down this push and crossfire. Drami taking the close range engagements versus that Stinger. Lemon Rex with the only Phantom is going to get some damage done. Padu push away through door in the meantime. He takes down 1. 1 versus 3. Spike down. 2 of the defenders literally sat on it. There should be the kill there from Danny Alex, where the Outlaw shoots him in the back. Quick, clean kill. So, although it was a force buy, a bonus buy, sorry, damage was still done with those Stingers, so 2 of them falling. Anything they can get is good going into these next few rounds. So as you can see, the money is quite tight for both of these teams. 1 Guardian in towards Feisty. Didn't have enough really to buy himself a Vandal. Going with the light armor, but still, that first bullet accuracy can be very good if used down long or in these long angles, which of course you can do. Even holding door, those tight angles, you're confirmed an easy headshot. So there's going to be the Fade Eye. Is going to come down and not actually manage to detect the Vise in towards the shot position. Long steps being done again. Is going to grab the orb there for free. And Feisty, Padu, sorry, and Ice Luna leading the charge down long. Of course, you have the Jet to dash in and the Euro to flash himself. Might TP, goes for the TP through the smoke anyway. Jet there dashes his way through, manages to get 1, smokes himself off to deny them getting the refrag on him. Ice Luna there, his man that's been with him. We've seen the past few matches hugging him down to get that trade. The 2 duelists working in tangent there to get the site control. Traps himself into his corner, can't really push himself out of the open, and lets himself fall there to Raska after not winning the duel. So Raska crouched down, waiting for any steps or any push through. The spikes down on towards site, and this is a very drastic situation now. Empty and Lemon Rex have a difficult task of, 1, even retrieving the bomb. There's the flash, not going to pop in time. Empty trapped in towards the corner, hasn't yet been seen, and as I say that, in comes the Vise ult. Unfortunately, they were going to go for anything after that, but an ult wasted. The first sort of big mistake we've seen, but of course he might have pressed that button as his teammate fell, because it takes a second to charge up before it pops. So that's going to be 2-2 now, equalization in towards both of these academy teams. So money situation, like I said, is dire. It's going to be the academy of the Cactus team that are going to be opting for that half buy. I was going to say save, but I saw a Guardian being bought in towards empty. A few Sheriffs, so I consider it a half buy with those armor being brought into the round. So a glimmer of hope into this round. Of course, they nearly won that round before. We saw the chaos of the pistols almost got them, but all of the defenders have just pushed themselves in towards the centre of the map. They've left B entirely, except Jet, who's only now rotating back to get information if any are there. They must have expected a fast play. They know that they're going to be on a pretty weak buy, so they might be grouped up, but now they've just like that. They've rushed into mid, decided to fall back and get this map control. And we can just see now, Padu, of course, has the knives. Can be very dangerous, although it's an eco / half buy. 1 shot to the head's all it takes. Going to sneak his way down. Jet, I think, is going to be holding an off angle. Yes, he is. So I thought for a second he might have been in towards heaven, but he's too far back. I think, did he see something there? He's deciding, do I scope in, do I not? The rest of the attackers are just shifting their way through art, splitting towards A. The turret's going to go off, which kind of gives the indication that they might be in towards the position. Bit of timing being used there. Danny's actually going to take down Padgy, which is in towards the knives. Fade dogs come through. They're going to be scared about any in towards a main position. Fade there, using her util as best she can to try and stop him from coming through Art. Does have the backup in towards backside, which is the Fade. Going to be prowling through. Knows they haven't pushed through that wall yet. And Phoenix is going to hear the steps behind him. Lots of steps being done by Vice. Pulls out his flash. Clips it to the right. He manages to dodge the flash. Doesn't manage to connect the kill. Doesn't matter because he has the refrag come like that. And just like that, it's a 1 versus 4. Astra, 13 seconds left in towards the smoke. Bomb down. All that's left is empty. He's going to grab the orb there. Just get some value out of this round at least. He might be opting to save up this Guardian rather than going for it. And I think he's going to do just that. So, not giving them any ult orb in the process. P10, so I suppose there's going to be a pause after this game. After this round, sorry. Should see a pause come through. See, none of the players have disconnected. What is happening? Every time they've said P10 in the past few games, I've seen a pause, so I assumed that's what was going on here. Yes, okay, there you go. Bit of back chat, bit of argument going on in the comms here. Don't know what's happening. One of the Discords crashed. Because I know before the first game on today, I didn't actually have any delay on the stream, which was my bad. So there was calling out of stream sniping, although none of the players were actually in the Twitch channel. Maybe they're referring to the first game, because of course LP won the first match, which was against the main Cactus team. Yeah, I'm assuming there's no point talking about a game that happened 3 hours ago at this point. Perhaps that lost round got to them a little bit. Regardless, there's pause time. I should stop in a second. I hope they didn't just pause just to say, to speak about stream sniping or something from the first game. Anyway, Astra, she's 1 off her ult right now. Might be opting to go for the orb outside A just so they can use that wall off. Of course, they can use the Cosmic Divide, to cut off the defending side. Phoenix there, clicking his... I can see him clicking his fingers and perhaps waiting to flash to sort of stop them going for this orb. The things players do to keep themselves busy in a pause time, right? I mean, if I'm in this game, I wouldn't bother bickering about anything like that. You just want to lock in, win this game. This is the you're playing this game to get into the final. This is so the final will be played tomorrow. You win this, you're in it. So, is someone joined the lobby which shouldn't be here? Is that what's going on here? Perhaps someone's joined the lobby which shouldn't be in this or something. Okay. 5 minutes later, we are underway. So, unsure what the pause is about. They were talking about something that happened a few hours ago, I think. But regardless, they've had plenty of time to discuss going into this round what they want to do. So there's the orb coming through, and there's the aggressive play from Phoenix. He's actually going to grab the orb himself. Denies the Astra going for it. I think she wanted to grab that, obviously, to get her ult. And Phoenix is just going to flash, do it, and then back himself off. So he's holding a very good pixel angle here, see if they want to peek in towards that. It can be pixel perfect. Astra is slowly easing their way in just a little bit. He's going to get timinged here. As soon as he unaims, they swing the classic Valorant moment right there. But they're going to regain that control. But it's taken them quite a few seconds just to gain a few meters from spawn. But more importantly, they have the art control as well. And this should be a split in towards A site. There's no point uncommitting from this now. You see the defenders rushing their way over in towards CT. Lemonrex takes down Danny Alex in towards mid. Stops that flank coming in. Lemontrex is going to be pushing his way through with his teammate. Padu takes down Raska. Rizera still on towards the site with the help of Feisty. Fighting them. The wallbang does come in, I think, from the scan. They called out who's there. 3 versus 3. All the defenders now on towards the A site. Should call that the B site is clear. And we can see right now Astra has a long way to go, running a marathon just around mid now. I thought she was going to run through spawn there just for a second. But, of course, Dreamy is going to stop the lurking player, which is Lemonrex, in towards that site, and the step just happened from Padu. Dreamy's going to hear it. There's the headshot down, flashes his way through, knows that the plant's going to have to come through. He's trapped into the site, goes for the tap, goes for the swing, actually takes down one before falling, but there's the blind finally connecting, and Dreamy to get a 3k there for himself. Valiant effort. I thought for a second it was doable, but of course that wall bang there absolute decimated his health, and then peeked away to cover from the peak. Ran himself into the Phoenix Flash, which allows Dreamy to get his 3rd kill of the round. So, double the round advantage right now in towards LP Academy. And we can see that we have another half buy coming in towards CNT Academy. So, 2 Guardians can be put to good use here. Should opt for that long peak. And as we can see right now, that's what's going to be going on. These Jets loving to go for these picks. We can see the Phoenix ult picked in the meantime. There's the pick there from Padu. Phoenix going to rush his way through. Nothing to lose. He's on his ult. Takes down Lemonrex, who peeked himself out just a little bit too far. Ice Luna, though, takes down Feisty as he peeks his way in towards the opposition. Going to be trying to grab that gun. Goes for a TP. I think he's going to grab that gun and then TP himself out. But Raska there going to be saying, you can't kill my mate and get away with holding his position as he shuts down Empty. 3 versus 3. Euro on a slither of health. Literally a little bit of a fall will kill him, but they've got that long control down as much up towards this smoke. Clove, hearing the step, has the Phantom, knows that they're in towards that smoke area. You can hear them jumping. Might go for the swing. Depends if the femboy here, his femboy, wants to go for the peak. It's all literally going to be timing. The crossfire there from Phoenix should give it away. They know he's in towards that corner now. Counter smoke should come in to blind him, and we can see the Phoenix should be holding that push, and of course, there's the kill in towards A. The lurk has failed. That's what they were waiting for. Molly to come in to try and stop them taking it. Shot through the wall. Takes down 1 for 1. Jet, it's all down towards you. Takes down 1, but the quick rotation there from the Killjoy is going to deny him any more. But a very close round, and considering they were on a lot of sheriffs there, they managed to get onto site, make it a 1v1 before losing the round. So still, damage done. Economy decimated. We can see that we have enough to buy in towards this round. Padu going to be going for light armor, I think, just to get himself most likely an updraft. Maybe a cloud smoke. Yeah, so he's got full util available. Of course, you're going to need that with B long. You do have the smokes from Clove, but if he falls, you can use your smokes just to delay just for a few seconds. But he's going to hold to that position, which they're not coming. A lot of steps going to be used. There's Dreamy there, going to be calling out guys. There's a lot of steps. They've dogged early. I'm going to use my molly here just to deny them coming down the steps. Of course, he knows they're going to be committing now at this point. There comes the Cosmodramide. Going to be shooting. They know it's a Euro drone. Holding close. There's the actual flash in towards the site, but the crossfire's too strong for all 5 of the defenders here. Padu trapped in towards the site. Does take down 1. Spammed himself through the box with the ults from the Astra. Is going to block those bullets connecting through the wall as he backs himself up just a little bit too far out of range. Still, 4 to 3. The wall's going to fall. There's the cloud smoke being used to fall back. Orb there available for the taking. Do any of them want to take it? Doesn't seem to be. I hear the tap now finally coming through. Astra's going to grab it. Of course, she just used it, but nothing really of use to come from it in towards that take. So now they're just going to opt back in towards hitting that B site. Unsure Killjoy, yep, she can hear the steps. She knows he's rotating. Good positioning from her right now. Of course, she had the very good fast rotation, to get in a good location to kill. The 1v1 is going to be Knives Out versus Vandal. Didn't have his gun ready. Empty there's going to be a hate there behind us, guys. I've cleared the flank. They do have time actually to run back, but they're going to have to sprint. Nope, they've committed themselves on towards the B site. Dreamy there, not scared to take a fight as always. Takes down Femboy. Feisty there through the smoke. And it's all down towards this Astra. Nothing but 20 seconds to work with and 3 fully health opponents pretty much to deal with. So, trapped in towards heaven. A good attempt, but the thing is they ulted in towards A. They didn't push out. They could have got themselves out in towards the area, but then you've got the Vise Thorns, the Fade ult to deal with, or the Fade Dog, sorry, to deal with. Of course, Yuru can just flash himself through, send the clone. You're going to be so pressured because you're so close. You're going to be shooting everything that moves. So you're probably going to get flashed by it. You've got Astra. You've got the pulls, the stuns. It's a very tricky thing to deal with. So they just didn't push themselves through. They just settled themselves back. Another timeout right now. Sour's disconnected. Maybe it's a technical issue. So, does the timeout last longer than this then? I assume it does, right? This is a different timeout we saw before. All players back? Yeah, okay. They're back. It's all good. I just realised I was talking about the attacking side. They had everything I just said to attack through that wall, so I was trying to make excuses for them not pushing through. But they actually they could have used all that util just to get themselves onto site. They didn't even bother fighting for it. They just one smoke held them back. But regardless, another pretty bad buy in towards Cactus Academy. Jet, they're going to be popping her ult. Hearing the steps in towards mid. Calling out towards a teammate. Going to be running back towards B. Lemon Rex in towards the corner, has shot with the stinger. Now they know. You see, they were sort of tempted to go, but they decided not to. They've left A open. All of the attackers right now are sat outside A. This should be a free site. Of course, they don't know that. They're going to have to clear it all out. The Fade orb does fail. They're cautious about Pit. Don't see anybody. Could be careful inside that smoke, but no. The first one to face is going to be Feisty against the knives. Going to be calling out there. 3 knives still to play with, of course, after the 2 missed. Dreamy with the support of his teammate, which is the Killjoy ult going to come in. They're going to be guarding that now with their life. Pushes them off the site though. Padu's going to be opting to play aggressive. Takes down 2 before falling. Of course, nevertheless, good damage being dealt. There's the molly to throw down. Pops his ult to get caught by, but no. Nothing there on the right, but there's one to the left. Triple for him right now. Going for the 4K before he gets shut down, of course. Nevertheless, he's going to wall himself off, and that's going to be a secured, easy defuse there for his team. And that's a very nice 4K from Dreamy right there to make that 7-2. So, very strong again. LP, we've seen how scary they beat the first game we saw today. They start getting this lead. They start getting their confidence. The first game, it was Zyra that was popping off. He was, I think, 16-4 at some point. And now you've got Dreamy stepping up. 17-5. So we can see right now, people in their roster are capable of stepping up. Not just one of them. Raska on Sky, the first map, is now playing a Sentinel. Another disconnect from Sour. Of course, he was only gone for just a few seconds. Oh, never mind. That's their coach, isn't it? So ignore that. I believe that's LP's coach. So, top mid, the gun's been seen. Dreamy's still just going to ignore it to the left. Oh, almost manages to get the kill in towards Fenwell, but a second later he would have had to pull the trigger. But just ignoring that dog, Raska in towards a good position of art. Hearing a lot of steps in towards mid. Does have Fade there to back him up. They're just going to spam through the wall. Would have heard that damage being ticked from their point of view. There's a Fade dog going to call him off. Feisty being pushed off position right now. And they're just going to push themselves, charge themselves even, in towards the A site. So Plant should come down at least. Do have Clove in towards CT. Going to see it's the good trigger discipline from the Yuru. He actually manages to walk himself in the way of Zyra. It's going to be a little bit frustrating there for him, which actually saves Jet's life. Astra trapped in towards the site. The dog's going to give away that he's in towards that position. In comes the pull there as well. Yuru with the flash from default. Or from main, sorry. Zyra finally managing to get 1 kill at least. Trapped in towards site. Looking like a very good round. Don't make the mistake as your main team right now. It is a 4 versus 1. All peeking together. And they do just that. So, Cactus Academy getting a much needed round there. Making it their 3rd. I've turned comms off anyway, just so we can't hear what they're saying. I know a lot of people were talking in the lobbies before I joined, so I muted them up so we wouldn't hear them. A very healthy buy, pretty much, for both of these teams. Oh no, not again. When someone called cheats before about last game, they paused for 10 minutes and then spoke about give proof. Okay, they're not going to do it. Thought pause might be incoming. So, oh, they actually did want a pause. Right, well, that's going to be a tilter for them, isn't it, going into this round when they wanted a pause? But Prowler comes in towards top mid. Empty going to give away that he's there, but they only know there's one there with the Vandal. Not much information in towards Pearl, of course, as defaulting is a very common strat. Another dog there from the Fade. We see Fade being put to good use on this map just to clear out any of these aggressive plays. One each to work with, both of these Fades. Nothing too crazy happening right now. Both just spreading out. Defenders holding back. Attackers seeing if any pushes are coming from the defenders. Zyra just on the door, has the alarm bot there to give that position. As heard that there is going to be the Vise now from the confirmed from the flash. Dreamy just holding in towards A main. Again, a very slow round. They've left B open entirely. Again, they're gambling. They've done this before. They gambled on towards a site. They allowed A open, which lost them the round. Again, they've just gambled in towards A. And there's Lemon on the flank. Shuts down the rotations. Of course, they're going to have to sprint back because they've wasted so much time being on the wrong site that they're not going to effectively clear these angles so much. There's the Cosmic Divide. Blocks them off. And it wouldn't surprise me now if we actually see a save. We haven't seen a save in the 3 games we've played today. Every team has gone for it. I mean, they're cut off. Time's against their side. They know that they have full mid control, long control. There's 3 of them on site. Maybe they're trying to get some damage done before they back off. About 20 seconds left on the bomb, if that. Yeah, Dreamy's just trying to be... trying to get some damage done, but Padu's having none of it. Shuts him down. These gambles right now from LP Academy are costing them... They've cost them the last 2 rounds. They gambled towards B, they had A for free. They gambled towards A, they got B for free. They should just play their defaults. They were winning 7-2. Just keep playing how you're playing. Let them make the mistakes. You're having the better defense side, but it's a decent half right now. If it gets to 7-5, it's the closest half we've actually had all day. With a lot of these teams being... A lot of these games we've seen today, 13-3, 13-4. And it was a 13-7 win for Cactus Academy last game. So back to the default strategy, it seems, from LP Academy. Of course, they make the play. They stack a site. If it works out, I'd be praising them right now. So I can't give them too much slack for deciding to stack sites. Keep the enemy guessing, as always. Art of Warfare and all that. But Orb has been recovered. They know that he must have pushed up at least at one point in this round to reclaim it. Dreamy and Feisty again. Together. Brothers in arms. Same position. Hearing the peaks coming through is going to slow peek in towards a dual peek. They've seen the shoulder. Pre-fire comes through, but Dreamy there to get the quick trade. Actually pops out, but now he's in a risky situation because if he goes down there, doesn't matter because he got the kill, but if he goes down there, he's trapped. And you can see right now he's got the support from KJ. They're not going to allow him to kill him when he comes back from his ult. Very good teammate there from LP Academy. Astra and Fade get the bomb down at least. 4 versus 2. All going to be timing. No util left in towards Killjoy as she pops a grenade just a little bit later, but all down towards Fade. They should catch on. She's trapped in towards CT position. They're all just going to watch it. Takes down 1. Goes for the second kill. Not going to happen. Dreamy again with a very effective round. Very good ult. Very good cover from Killjoy. Very good trades. 8-4. A very healthy round for them. Very healthy half, sorry. Going in towards the second half. So let's see how Cactus Academy want to play their defense. We've seen a sort of a mixture of plays from LP. I'm washed. Me and you both, Padu. Ascendant 3, D3, go on then. So, bombs being dropped down B long right now. They're not even going to take it with them. Some challenging being done in towards Art. Yoru's actually just going to peek himself up. A very aggressive play in towards A main. He's going to get the vital info. Feisty's going to be the first to fight him. He's trapped in towards that corner. What's he going to do? Swing himself out. He's going to know that Ice Luna's stuck there. There's the Prowler. Yep, knows he might be trying to get an angle in. I'm going to flash his way back into a CT towards safety. And after that information gathered, a quick tag. He's got himself out. So, Art control gathered. Defenders back themselves off. There's the Molly to deny the rotation from Dort. Astra, the only one in towards sight. There's the flash from the Phoenix. Knocking them just coming in towards default. Concussion in towards Phoenix. They've got the sight, but it's slowed right down. No bodies to fall just yet. Both just looking for any angles to get this kills. And there's Lemon Rex finally to take down one. Feisty, though, in towards main. Takes a connection there through Flowers. Here's one in towards Art. One in towards backside. They know one's Art, one's sight. One CT there with Padu, giving away his position. But still, they're stuck into a sight. The bomb needs to go down. Low health in towards Phoenix. There's the orb there. Going to cause Lemon Rex to shoot it. Padu, though, goes for the quick peek. Not cross-firing with his mate. Of course, he's stuck behind plenty of cover. The spike is down into an awkward position. Both of them 1 HP. Lemon Rex, a very winnable round. There's the one-way smoke. Isn't going to work. Feisty going to just run himself to the bomb. Actually manages to grab it, but the wall bang with low health allows Lemon Rex to get his third, make it a fourth. And a very much-needed round. Finally, a team behind wins. And a bit of trash talk there in the lobby. So instead of going for that dual pick, they both given the 1v1. Maybe they thought that one way was more effective than it was. But still, Lemon Rex stepping up huge right there. Gets himself a very nice 4K and a much needed pistol round to keep themselves from falling into the trap we've seen from a lot of these teams today, where they need to win that pistol round and they just lose the 13-3, 13-4 just because the enemy get that head start. So this can very well be a 6-7... don't say it, chat. An 8-7 coming up if they manage to win that pistol round. The first buy round, sorry. But Zyra knows that Ice Luna pushed on pistol round, was just waiting for him. Does get a tag in at least, but loses head in the process. The attacking side now just grouping themselves up in towards Art again. They know they got it on the pistol round. Going for it again is going to be the Astra and the Euro again, but look at this timing in towards the corner. Euro's just going to peek himself out, doesn't check the corner, and now that's going to cost him dearly, but Empty there does have Fade with him to back him up, and they deny anything further coming further. That could have been pretty bad if they weren't in that position to happen. Well, it didn't happen to be in that position, sorry, but Lemon Rex right there, thirsty for more kills, gets some of those eco frags, tallies himself up to a nice 15th kill. So Dreamy 21-9 right now. Double his KD. With a 21-9, just over. First buy coming in. A bonus as well, but don't discredit these Stingers and Spectres, because we do see that you have the door position, you have Art. You still have these tiny little choke points the attackers can come through, which can still be used effectively. So wouldn't surprise me if we saw one of them get a kill this round. But attackers are just going to sit themselves back, going to just stay in spawn. They're waiting for steps. 3 of them pushing towards that Orbe. Fade and Euro. Euro in towards the corner. They know he's trapped into the corner. Flash himself back out in towards CT. And they're just going to run themselves down A main. There's going to be the pull there from Fade. Very good. Feisty there being a bit of a nuisance with his pull. Empty though, gets that. There's the double spray down with a Spectre. Runs his way through, has nothing to lose. He knows they're going to be playing close. The flash doesn't manage to connect. They have the info that wants to push himself out in towards Art. Does get a tag in there, and now we see the damage coming through. These weaponry, of course, 101 damage from the Marshal, leaves him low. The Stinger's going to manage to finish him off. Dreamy stuck in awkward position. Flash come through, manages to dodge it, but Paju there with the crossfire is going to deny him. And this is a very good buy round now for Cactus Academy, as they've shut down, managed to upgrade their weapons from Spectres and Stingers and Marshals to some Vandals and some Phantoms. So all down towards Fade. 50 HP, all timing in towards the classic of Fade. Does manage to Fade diff at least one before that. They're going to push himself in towards his position.
30 seconds left.
Fade orb in 3 seconds. Now they're just closing in. They know he's trapped towards mid. 20 seconds left to work with. Vi's in a good position. Just going to listen out for the plant. Nothing towards B, guys. He has 14 seconds left. Vicey, I think, just saw the arm of Paju. Might have called out to Yuru. They're going to go for the crossfire again. And Paju there with the swing. Regardless if he fell, I think Yuru would have been there with the retrade straight away. So, 8-7. A very big buy round to lose there for the team of LP. Now they're calling a pause. So, then we're discussing, guys, what do we do wrong? Of course, there's just it's just the aggressive plays you never expect, right? You had the Astra just ran through, the Spectre held the trigger down, knew they were close, got the double kill before falling. Even getting 1 there would have been huge, but of course 2 falling. And then the Marshal tag, and of course by then you've got rotations over towards the A site. When you're on lower weaponry, you're going to be more accustomed to rotating quicker, just to, you know that you're going to be at disadvantage, so power in numbers and all that. If I'm LP, I'm discussing, did we push out 1-1? Like, did we use our util correctly? Like, where did they push up strong? Did we go out too early? All these little things. Of course, you can dissect every round in Valorant, and there's always going to be things that don't work out 100%. Mistakes, rather, but still, they should eco this one, except it might go to 8-8. And then work on a strategy to cutting them down, maybe on a default or something. They know they like to rotate fast. We've seen that. But again, we haven't had a full buy from both these teams yet. We've always had a forced buy or a half buy and all that. So a very common spot now we can see for players to play on towards this box. Jets and Euros and all that can go for the pick and jump themselves off. Ice Luna shuts down the Phoenix very quickly and then TPs himself to safety. They actually managed, well, like I said, very common spot. They actually might have predicted that. Just missed it, but I had multiple sheriff shots. They must have been looking up at that position anyway. Zyra right now shuts down Femboy. And right now, they actually have numbers advantage and a Phantom picked up there for Zyra, which he's just put to good use. Push himself through Art, gets a kill in towards Empty. Now look at this. Out of, I wasn't expecting this right now. 4-2. Euro trapped in towards the pit. They haven't cleared him. He's just cautious. Does he go for the spam through the wall? He is a little bit too far to the right. They spam him back. Zyra again. What a huge round from him. Sheriff to Phantom to triple kill. All down towards the Vise. Pushing them way through. And that's a very good round right now from LP Academy. Zyra, there's the 4K. Of course it is. Who else to finally finish it out? I'm expecting a sit to come from him right now, but maybe he's the better man. He thought about it. Lemon Rex, the last one to fall. 9-7. They can buy, and we're going to go into our first actual full buy of the game. Oh, in towards this round, sorry. I believe his teammate can drop him. Paju can drop him a rifle here. Full util to work with for all of these players right now. Except Lemon Rex. He's got his gun and his Phantom, but not too custom for a Sentinel to not be buying his util. Of course, that's your kit can literally shut down sites alone, but I know he has been nerfed. But these players right now, both these teams, cautious of them being aggressive. They're not holding back. They're changing up how they're playing pretty much every round. We can see now Jet isn't in his position. He's jump speaking. Maybe the killing him at long last round has spooked him a little bit from playing that position. So they get this early control in towards these sections of the map, and they seem to just pull back, group up, and then hit something together. So I quite like that from LP right now. Fade in towards A main. The rest of them taking art. They're getting art control pretty much for free every time. Now Femboy's just playing the angle. Shouldn't be to get a kill. It's just to get info, which it is. Knows that the Phoenix has pushed his ult. Knows they're just going to commit and follow it through. Yuru trapped in towards site. Does have Astra in towards the pit. The Phoenix ult is going to fall before he manages to get anything with it. There's Empty being shut down by Dali X before he can get anything done. There's the Euro clone. 3 of them in towards Flowers. There's about to go Lemon Rex on the flank, but he gets shut down. They're expecting it. They know he likes to push around the map. Paju, Femboy, and Ice Luna, the only ones left. There's the Flash, going to push his way through now. Not going to manage to connect anything. Knows the position of 2 of them. Does call it out. That's all that's going to happen. Information, 1 kill before falling. Double digits now in towards LP Academy. 3-round lead. They do have enough money to buy, though, Cactus Academy. Very doable round. I mean, we've seen both these teams win now with pistols, so I wouldn't put it past them, even when they don't have Phantoms and Vandals in their hand. But perhaps it's time to play a little bit aggressive at the start of these rounds at Cactus Academy. Just a little peek. Just a whittle kill at the start, maybe. Just something just to give themselves the edge going into the start of these rounds. But there's going to be the Fade Orb coming in. Shooting it. They know there's one in towards that location. Phoenix waiting for the flash. They don't like to push it. He's actually going to dry swing it. If he was aiming down lower, might have managed to get that Astra, but he's going to wall and he's going to molly. Molly to deny, and he heals, of course, from both of his abilities. Going to get himself back up to a nice healthy 100, but minus his armor. Spike left in spawn, but we know that LP like to rotate through late and retrieve the bomb potentially later in towards the round. Of course, Killjoy in towards mid knows that they haven't pushed in towards the bomb location, is hearing steps in towards connector, and that's just the Vise again now. So usually it's LP we've seen stacking towards sites. Now it's Cactus Academy, as they've just decided to opt all of them pretty much towards A. Cautious of that art. I'm assuming it's Vise as soon as he hears steps. There's the wall, and we're going to start seeing movement now, shifting over towards the B site. So we can see Lemon Trex going to be jiggling his way out, no info. Just knows that one triggered the wall. We know they like to lurk. And sticking to their guns right now, Cactus Academy are not going to rotate. They're keeping majority of them towards that A position. Killjoy's been lurking mid the whole round. He's been going, guys, they haven't pushed mid. They're going to be art or in towards this doorway. Lysuna's going to try and get a pick here and then TP himself out. Does let himself get hit by the dog down towards 20 HP. Going to run himself to safety. All of the attackers now committing in towards B, and we see the pace picked up. 15 seconds left. If Lemon Rex can manage to get this defused down, bomb down before the bomb goes down, maybe he can end the round, but still he gets 2 damage done in towards that position. Of course, they don't have time with all the manpower they have to clear these positions. He gets 2, keeping the man advantage in towards the defenders. Flank coming in from the Fade. The rest of the attackers pushing their way down now to connector. 1 CT empty. Does have his wall if he wants to put it down in towards long. Could use his concussor pull. There's the wall coming in. Cosmic Divide. Gonna come in to deny any sound. They're gonna have to push through that smoke. They know one's trapped in towards the middle of the site. They take him down. Phoenix, though, wants Freddy to go for this push, and as he does, Dreamy takes down 1, 2. Astra, though, gets a defuse down, and with his ult, manages to, obviously, you can cancel it whenever you'd like to get yourself back to the quicker res. Manages to do that. Still trying to get it halfway, of course. He has to get it halfway, otherwise he has no time, even after winning the 1v1. Is basically in a tough situation there, trying to get the half point before the 1v1 comes through, but Zyra is going to be the one to win that round. So 2 rounds left, potentially, as we have the 11th round in towards LP Academy. A force buy, pretty much, coming in towards Cactus Academy right now. Not too much money for Ice Luna to work with, although we have seen him make some work with the Sheriff so far, but he's just going to be using a Ghost. And they're towards A main, so it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to go a little bit aggressive. As we can see, in comes the flash. Both teams using util. They know they're going to be close. Euro there getting blinded himself. Could try to pull it out, but there's the Fade dog there just to add more chaos into the already much chaos we see. Fade going to be pushing her way through. Does manage to get taken down before the trade comes through from Empty. So Phoenix manages to run himself through. He's still going to get the information that one backed off in towards Flowers before his ult failed, or gave up, sorry, on time. In comes the ult. Gonna push them back potentially, but nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna make them play, if anything more aggressive with before their guns get taken out of their hands, and that's just gonna be what happens. So match point right now in towards LP Academy as we move into potentially the last round of the game. So LP Academy right now looking very healthy in towards this tournament. Here's the timeout. They're gonna have to force buy every round right now. Cactus Academy, they're against match point. Any money they have needs to be invested into every round. There's no point saving anything. No point saving money for next round. They are, well, against the wall right now, basically. I'm surprised the Euro on Ice Luna there didn't counter flash when the Phoenix flash come in. He flashed and pulled out his Ghost. Obviously, for us, we can still see like what's going on. For him, he's full blind, so I suppose we've got to remember that. So these rounds, I haven't really seen anything in terms of Wow, that was a bad play. It's just been very good trades from both these teams right now. 27 on Dreamy. Like, what can you do? He's having a life game right now. Four seconds left on the clock. Let's see where you got, Cactus. You need to win every round from here to take it to OT. And they're opting to play aggressive. So they've had a discussion about how they want to play in towards the start of these rounds. Like I said before, maybe going for these aggressive plays just at the start of the round to try and pick one off. Get the man advantage. Jet, the only one in towards B site, which is Padu. Jumps, doesn't manage to see them just because they're on that angle. Again, just inching themselves out. There's the shots come through. He's going to give away this one there. Perhaps he was doing that on purpose, just to edge his body out so they'd shoot at him. LP again, take space, got it, and now they're backing off. Empty with a judge in towards door. Dreamy there. Here's Reign of Terror. This round for at least will get shut down. Femboy opting to get a little bit more aggressive to try and get potentially another pick. Throws the pull orb in. Doesn't manage to connect anything. Jet, Danny Alex pushes his way through, dashes his way across that choke point. And we're on site. So now it's going to be a retake A from the looks of it. Lemon Rex takes down one. You know how bad he wants it from all the trash. So let's see if they want to spam that wall. Nothing managing to connect. And finally, they spam through, take him down to deny him anything more from that position. Rizera pushes his way through, but Empty there going to stop him getting anything else. Being deafened, Feisty still manages to get one. What a flick as Padu gets shut down. He was on his knives, I believe. And now, 2 versus 2. Feisty trapped in towards main. Make that a 4K. Can he get an ace setting this out? Pops it down. Going to know that there's one in towards Art. Gets the tag there with his ult. See if Jet wants to bait for him to allow him to do it. Empty has no health left. Of course, he doesn't regain it now with the new update with how the fade ult works. Still, 2 bullets is all it takes. Spams through this way. Almost connects. There should be the orb. Pushes his way through. Ace, not going to happen. Denied by Danny Alex, but nevertheless, enough work done to win that round. And what a flick on towards Jet. 13-7. LP Academy right now looking very strong as they move in towards the finals, which they'll play tomorrow.